Hi, it's Katrina. Here are 10 mysterious artifacts scientists can't explain. Number 10. Shimao. Before the ongoing global coronavirus pandemic hit, archaeologists working in China's Loess Plateau in the northernmost part of Shaanxi province uncovered over 6 miles of walls that once belonged to a magnificent fortress city. National Geographic reported that inside is a 230-foot pyramid, as well as painted murals, jade objects, and other beautiful artifacts. The team found 70 stone relief sculptures at the site depicting things like monsters, serpents, and half-human beasts. Perhaps the most disturbing discovery was that of 80 headless human skeletons contained within 6 pits near the city's eastern wall, indicating the possibility of a ritual decapitation that took place while the wall's foundation was laid. Number 9. Ancient Egyptian head cones. Archaeologists have long wondered about coffee cup-sized, cone-shaped hats that people are often seen wearing in ancient Egyptian artwork. Until recently, experts were unsure whether these hats ever actually existed, or if they were symbolic. Finally, in late 2019, researchers uncovered 2 of the headpieces in 3,300-year-old burials at Akhetaten, a unique archaeological site containing the ruins of one of ancient Egypt's most unusual cities. The 3-inch-tall hats, which were cream-colored and seemed to be made of beeswax, were found in the graves of low-ranking laborers, with the cones entangled in their intact hair. So they were definitely real and not just symbolic. Number 8. Swimming reindeer. This strange elongated object was actually carved by humans. Around 13,000 years ago, in what is now France, someone carved a sculpture of 2 swimming reindeer out of the tip of a mammoth tusk. It was discovered in 2 pieces in 1866, and a French Catholic priest and archaeologist realized during the early 20th century that the pieces fit together to form the image of 2 reindeer, a larger stag followed by a smaller female, swimming nose to tail. Number 7. Ancient rock art figures. Back in 1891, an Australian rancher named Joseph Bradshaw got lost and discovered thousands of dancing red figures painted on the wall of a rock shelter in the country's sparsely populated Kimberley region. The slender figures, called guions, looked like nothing he or anyone else at the time had ever seen before. There are actually thousands of figures with detailed headdresses, tassels, boomerangs, and spears. This style is very different from other cave art found in the area. Archaeologists were mystified, unable to determine who painted the figures, when, or why. That all changed earlier this year, when scientists came up with a very creative way to date the paintings. They were finally able to determine their age based on carbon dating of fossilized wasp nests found along the same rock faces. This helps date the artwork to around 12,000 years ago, give or take 500 years. Number 6. Sahara stone structures. In 2018, archaeologists working in the little-explored Western Sahara region of Africa revealed the discovery of hundreds of strange stone structures of all shapes and sizes, thought to date back thousands of years. The findings remain unexplained, with experts unsure who built them or why. Some of the structures are circular, while others are crescent-shaped, rectangular, or built in straight lines, and the builders also combined these shapes. The researchers believe that some of these formations were used for marking graves, but they don't know what their other purposes were. It's difficult to determine the structure's ages, given the lack of surrounding artifacts. Number 5. Mitanni Empire Palace. A drought that plagued Iraq in 2018 caused the waters of the Mosul Dam to recede, revealing the ruins of a 3,400-year-old palace belonging to the Mitanni Empire, one of the region's least understood ancient civilizations. Archaeologists rushed to retrieve the artifacts from the banks of the Tigris River while they had the chance, adding to the mere handful of evidence of the Mitanni Empire that has ever been found. As the waters rose, re-submerging the ruins, the team gathered what they could, including 10 cuneiform clay tablets and bright red and blue wall paints. They also believe the Mitanni Empire existed between the 16th and 13th centuries BC. Number 4. Church in a Fortress. A 2019 study by archaeologists working in Derbent, Russia, a city along the Caspian Sea, asserts the possible presence of one of the world's oldest churches in the northwestern corner of the Narin Kala fortress. The fortification dates back to 300 AD and houses an unidentified, almost completely hidden, cross-shaped structure, which sits 36 feet underground. Unfortunately, it's unlikely that scientists will get to the bottom of the mystery, as the ruins are part of a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site, meaning excavation is prohibited so far. The mysterious structure may have been a reservoir or a Zoroastrian fire temple. Number 3. Pre-Egyptian Neolithic peoples. Before ancient Egypt rose to power as one of history's most iconic empires around 3100 BC, it was preceded by the presence of Neolithic peoples who occupied the region between 9300 and 4000 BC. In fact, these societies influenced later, more advanced civilizations, yet the question of exactly who they are remains unanswered. Number 2. A lost chamber. In August 2018, archaeologists announced the discovery of a living room-sized stone chamber beneath the Province House in downtown Halifax in Nova Scotia, Canada. There is no mention of the underground vault in the historical record, making the find a complete surprise to everyone involved. It was first detected when a backhoe unintentionally hit what seemed like bedrock at first, but the material fell apart suspiciously easily, and upon further examination, the crew discovered the chamber complete with a semicircular vaulted ceiling. They didn't enter the vault because doing so was deemed unsafe, but they investigated using remotely operated cameras, and archaeologist April McIntyre submitted the findings to the Canadian government, approximating the structure's dimensions as measuring 20 feet by 13 feet and about 10 feet high. Artifacts on the chamber's roof dating back between the late 18th and early 19th centuries provide the closest evidence of the vault's possible age. These items include German pottery dating back to the 17th century, a well, a coal chute, stone walls, storm drains, and drain pipes. Number 1. Mysterious human relative. Researchers were confused, to say the least, when in 2018 they discovered stone tools in the Philippines that predated the arrival of modern humans by roughly 600,000 years. A study detailing the artifacts, published in the journal Nature, describes how someone used the tools to butcher a rhinoceros before leaving them behind, along with the animal's unused remains. The rhino's bones, which bear cut marks and other evidence of deliberate mutilation, are between 631,000 and 777,000 years old, meaning whoever crafted and used the tools was not a member of the Homo sapiens species. In other words, they were not a modern human, but an unidentified ancient ancestor who occupied the Philippines long before we did. So, who made the tools? Nobody knows. The crafters may have been Denisovans, a ghost lineage of hominins that interbred with Homo sapiens at one point. But the most likely candidate, according to experts, is Homo erectus. Thanks for watching!